Really want to make sure your chemicals are on par and your dosage rates are correct. So when it comes to boilers, especially boiler tubes, the most common failures we see are from scale or corrosion. Talking more about corrosion today, but we see that in so many different ways. You'll see it in oxygen pitting on the tubes. There's literally holes on them. I think I talked about this in a previous video, the sign where you'll see tubercles, which are like growths on the tubes. If you kind of scratch away at those and peel them off, underneath you'll see like the tube is starting to thin. And sometimes you actually will see a hole already. I just saw this in a DA not too long ago. You also see the classic red and orange stain. You'll see tube that's thinning. So the biggest reason why we see corrosion in boilers is oxygen. Take for instance, let's say you have a boiler in the city of Omaha. Your makeup water, it's cold, it's coming from the city. Cold water contains a lot of oxygen. It takes 8 parts per million of oxygen scavenger to get rid of 1 part per million of oxygen in the water. Oxygen scavenger is a common chemical that you should have in your boiler room. It takes out the oxygen in the water. And so with that, you really want to make sure your chemicals are on par and your dosage rates are correct. Speaking of the temperature, if you have a feed water tank, you'll want to have that set for like 190, 195 degrees. If you have a DA tank, 220, 225. That, along with proper chemical, will help you keep your oxygen levels low in your system. Blowing down your boiler is also important for keeping corrosion to a minimum. You'll have scale, sludge, and other deposits that settle at the bottom of the boiler, and that can trap corrosive water underneath between the sludge and everything and the metal of the bottom of the boiler. So bottom blowdowns and top blowdowns are important. Circling back to the water chemistry, you'll want your pH and alkalinity to be fairly high. Your pH in a boiler, it should be about 10 to 12, 10 and a half, 12 and a half. Your condensate return, left untreated, that has a pH of like 3 to 5. So if you don't treat that will go back to your DA and you'll have problems with your DA, and then that DA is going to feed that to your boiler. So you're going to end up problems with your DA and your boiler. So again, can't stress enough the boiler chemical side of things. If you do treat your return line, your condensate return correctly, you should have a pH of like 8 to 9 for your condensate. So a quick recap of the preventative measures you can take to prevent corrosion in your system. Keep feed water and DA temps where they need to be. Chemical treatment, can't stress that one up enough. Minimize your makeup water intake, and top blowdowns. Those 4 things should really help you keep your corrosion to a minimum.